is the moment we waited for.
Artlist.io.
We gon' give them what they came for. We gon' take it up from last year. Shoot 'em my shot, boy, I'm long range. Me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now. When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down.
Music licensing reimagined.
Watch the game change, yeah.
Artlist.io.
Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. I do not gamble, but bet on me. Tell them that's like, yeah, c'est la vie. I'm taking a shot for my enemies. I can't waste no more time on my energy. I know they know I got it on lock. Go against me, that's a long shot. Cause I kinda win.
Music licensing reimagined.
Don't stop. Who do you feel when they make you the monster? I am not scared of none of you imposters. Taking the lead now while they watching. Think you should leave now while the options. Taking no L's, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. We're running the game now. Foot on the gas, can slow down, no. My team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome in on this Friday, day after Thursday, day after prime time, Amazon Prime Thursday. Welcome in. I am your host, Mr. 33. And so I just briefly want to touch on a couple of things, especially one of those things is last night's game. Man, that game was something else. I should have came on last night, but due to unforeseen circumstances, I had to shut down the live, take care of some personal situation with the family. But they put on the show last night, y'all. First time in a long time. Thursday night football was a real relevant game. You know, shout out to the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. But the way that game ended was something else. I know people gonna have comments and think there's some controversy behind it, whether it was the referee not calling the hand to the face call or just Cincinnati going for the two, right? But it was a game that, especially that fourth quarter, when you can score 5 touchdowns between two teams in the fourth quarter, it's something different, right? But shout out to them. Shout out to Lamar Jackson. Shout out to Joe Burrow. Shout out to Jamar Chase. He had a game last night. Man, he had a game. Let's just look at these stats real quick for the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow was 34 of 56. He threw the ball 56 times. 428 yards, 4 TDs, no turnovers. You know how rare that is to have all those passes and none of them be intercepted by the opponent. There was some turnovers, They stripped Chase Brown a couple of times last night. They recovered one of them. It wasn't no running game yesterday because I think they only had 49 yards rushing on 16 carries. You can't win like that, but look at Jamar Chase's line. 11 receptions for 264 yards, 3 touchdowns, right? he caught the majority of Joe Burrow passes and gave Joe Burrow the majority of the yards. Then he had Chase Brown with 9 receptions, 52. Hudson, the tight end, with 42. Gesicki, the other tight end, and the third tight end. He was checking down to them tight ends last night, but those blitz was getting to him. But to get 428 yards off of those blitz. Hello, good evening, Lady Shay. What's going on with you? Right? So you got all of these passing yards, things like that, but you come up short by 1 point. It's something different, right? But let's look at Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson was 25 of 33, 290 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. T. Wallace had the big game that last night, 3 receptions for 115 yards and 1 touchdown. Mark Andrews had a touchdown. Rashard Bateman had a touchdown. And Aguilar had a chippy touchdown, right? But Lamar Jackson also had 33 yards rushing. Derrick Henry had a quiet game, 16 carries for 68 yards, but he did have a touchdown, another rushing touchdown. So he scored a touchdown in every game that they played. So shout out to him. He's doing things that, that mere mortals wouldn't do. Then people like to say that the running back position is washed up. He carried the ball too much. He's finished. He's this, he's that. But he's showing y'all, listen, he got 1,000 yards in the first 9 games of the season. So if you're looking at the pace of this thing, you got 8 more games. It's possible. It may not be likely, but you can start talking about if you get a good rushing game this week or the next week. In 10 days, you can be talking about him potentially looking at 2,000 yards. It's far away, but if anybody can do it, he can do it. So okay, well, Miss on intermission commission, the Pistons. Well, we can talk about Detroit, but my Detroit guy ain't here, so he would have been all over that comment. Bronze, what's going on with you? So yeah, it was a good game. Like I said, when you got 8 touchdowns and no interceptions, you got a couple of fumbles in a game, and then you have 5 touchdowns scored in the fourth quarter alone. The back and forth pace, you can't ask for a better game than that. You know what I'm saying? Like Lamar Jackson lead his team down there to score. Here comes Joe Burrow with a bomb. Jamar Chase was if he needed 36 yards to get 300 yards receiving. I don't think that's been done ever. You know what I mean? So he was he was about to break the record. Let's look that up. Most receiving yards in a game. Jamar Chase was 1 yard off the record. That was done by Amari Cooper, 265. You see what I'm saying? He was about to do something. He needed 1 more yard to tie the record. But he did that. He did his thing last night. But it all was for nothing because the Cincinnati Bengals could not convert on that 2-point conversion at the end. Well, with a few seconds left at the end of the game, I don't mind them going for the 2 points. Let me just say that. Okay? Let's just say that because if they make the 2, they still got to stop Baltimore. And like I said, everybody was scoring touchdowns, so there was no defensive stop. So if you got a chance to win, you should win. I know people say kick the field goal, make them go into overtime. Nah, they was going for 4th down plays all night. So, even in the beginning of the game, I thought they lost momentum when they had the 7-0 lead and went for the 4th down in their own territory, and that woke the Ravens up. But they was doing it consistently all night. So I don't mind that. Be consistent with what you want to do. You know what I mean? So, Zach Taylor thought he can do it. He just fell 1 point short. They couldn't recover the onside kick, and so that was it. So Baltimore goes to 7-3, and their next game is in 10 games against the Pittsburgh Steelers, which will more than likely be a game for first place in that division of the AFC North. So that game is going to be pivotal in week 11, right? So when that occurs, I will have to talk about that game immensely because that's a position for first place, right? And Cincinnati goes to 4-6, and they fell off. They was playing well, but they couldn't stop. They couldn't stop a running nose last night, so that's why they're down to 4-6. I don't know who they play next. Let's look that up real quick. They play the Chargers on next Sunday night game in Los Angeles. So that's who they play, right? But for those of you that's not really coming, that haven't been here, we do a thing on the channel, right? We do a thing where we listed. Stop laughing. We list the game, and we ask the participants to pick the game, right? For example, the first game is tomorrow on Sunday will be the Giants versus who is it? The Panthers? Yeah, it's the Panthers. And normally, yeah, it's Los Angeles, Lady Shay. The Chargers are in Los Angeles. They're not in San Diego. Well, the Chargers used to be in San Diego, but they moved to Los Angeles. They moved up the road. They said, we don't want that 619 area code. We want that LA area code. So they moved up there. Yeah, I got you, Lady Shay. Shout out to Lady Shay because she's already picked her teams already. The normals is not in the building, but normally, like I said, normally we would go through the list to pick the games, and we'll go about it like that. Like I said, like she just picked the Panthers. I would go down the list, and what I would do is whoever picks the game, I'll put it on record, and then I'll post it Sunday afternoon before the 1 o'clock game, so that way everybody knows their picks, and the best pick, whoever picks the most, they win. You know what I mean? You are a normie. You are a normie, Lady Shay. I wasn't referring to you. You're here. I said they're not here. You're here, right? So, when you have things at that, capacity, the past participants, Word, Commander, Realist, people like that, they come in and pick their teams, they pick the games and things like that. So, yeah. But that dynamic was something exclusive, right? And even as the channel grows, we will do that for the rest of the season, and then what I'll do then, once football ends, I may do that for the NBA games. Just pick them, and maybe I'll have a conversation around this time, or maybe do like a recap in the morning, depending on what time the game's in, because West Coast game, like right now the Lakers are playing the 76ers, and it's already a quarter to 12. So and for those that are not, they don't come here, when you had these conversations, I like the game to be complete so I can give you the stats on air. I mean, I could put it on a community wall, but it's just better to do it right after the game. I have been thinking about like doing a live and doing the play-by-play myself. That's one thing that I was going to do about 25 years ago. I was going to attend Syracuse University to do the communication field just to do games, because I've been calling my own games for the longest period of time because I follow the sports like that, and that's what allowed me to have this passion that I do have for the sports. Oh, that was a good block. Oh, I'm sorry. So That's another reason why this channel is going to be a mainstay for me. Like I started this live. Excuse me. I started the channel a little bit late. You know, like once it grows again, next year we're gonna have a fantasy league where we can, start before the season start, we start picking people that we think is gonna be good. We're gonna have some good games, uh, and individual games, and then we'll start picking that. But like I said, because I started it, it's an upstart for me. I just decided, you know, let's get this channel going first, and then we can do a fantasy league. Realist, what's going on with you? But at the end of the day, I started so late that I didn't even do the fantasy league for football or basketball. And I think getting the the subscribers into picking games or picking players who's going to have big games. As I already started with the who's going to win the games for the week. I think that'll be more interesting, so that you'll pay more attention. Like, okay, I need this guy to score this so I can get these points, or I need this guy to intercept to get this point, or I need this defense to shut them down so I can get this amount of point. It allows you to not only participate but to study, so to get involved with the sport, right? If it's basketball, you watch basketball a little bit more. If it's football, you watch football a little bit more. I didn't do that with baseball because one, I don't know how that goes, to be honest with you. But now, over the summer, I will have the time to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, because that's like the quietest, July and early August, that's the quietest time because baseball goes through a lull even in July, the All-Star break and things like that. So I can figure these things out even in middle of February after the Super Bowl, because after the Super Bowl is uh, NBA weekend will be right behind the Super Bowl, which is February 9th. They're playing that in New Orleans. So the Super Bowl, rather, I don't recall what the All-Star game is going to be this year. But even then, I could take the time because it's going to be a lull. It won't be too much sports to talk about. But we have the entertainment side. We talk about wrestling. We talk about boxing. We'll talk about all type of sports on this channel. Just because there's a lot of people that likes different sports. You see, and that's what this channel is also made for. To have a conversation about sports, bring the people together. We can shoot the breeze. My 33 brother, what's going on with you? Right? So, that's what we're looking forward to going forward. But as of today, I'm just going over I was just going over that game last night where the Ravens and the Bengals were scoring touchdowns like they was maniacs last night. Like nobody could stop nobody. But they got that last stop for the 2-point conversion, and Baltimore came away with that victory by 1 point. Man, look, I didn't catch that. I was trying to catch the clip, but I was I was also trying to get the understanding of that game last night. You know what I'm saying? I got to catch the replay of that fight last night. Because I know that blow was vicious, but I didn't really see what led to it because I only caught a clip of it. So I got to get the replay of that. But that's why I'm saying, we talk about all sports here, whether it's boxing, whether it's MMA. Somebody asked me to start talking about college football. We can do that in a minute. Excuse me. Because they're about to start their playoff season. It's unbelievable how November just came and snuck up on us so fast. What up, Nine? Commanders in the building. Shout out to her. And that's what we doing. So, since, the people are coming in, and we already know that one game was played for this week, we might as well go ahead and list the games that's coming forth, and whoever's going to pick it, they can pick it. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's no shade. It ain't none of that. You know what I mean? We're doing this for entertainment purposes. So let me pull up the list to see what I got here. Like I said, the first game I know for sure is the 9:30 game. They'll be in Germany, and that game is going to consist of the New York Giants and the Carolina Panthers. I'm about to say who they're playing, but they're playing the Panthers. That's the 9:30 game Sunday. I don't know why this is doing this. Get in there so we can see the games. Thank you, appreciate it. But I just pulled up the stats of the Bengals and the Ravens. Ja'Marr Chase, like I said, Ja'Marr Chase almost broke a record last night. He came 1 yard short from tying the record, 264 yards receiving. They was airing it out last night. But yeah. So the first game tomorrow on Sunday is going to be the Giants versus the Panthers. Then we have the Patriots versus the Bears, the Bills and the Colts, the Vikings and the Jags. It's a lot of good games next week. I think the 49er game, Christian McCaffrey is coming back from his ACL tear. I think for me, the game of the week is going to be the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington Commanders. They're both leading their divisions, and with the win, Pittsburgh can stay in the lead. And if the Commanders, they got to watch out because if the Eagles is on a roll, and for some people, they think they got to bye next week because they're playing the Cowboys. The Cowboys is playing well, so it's going to be a lot of. It's the 8 o'clock game is going to be the Detroit Lions versus the Houston Texans, and the Monday night game is going to be the Dolphins and the Rams. So it's a lot of games to be viewed. It's a lot of meaningful games this week, but this is what the exciting part of the second half of the season is. As the byes are still being given out to 2 teams a week, the fact is there's always going to be meaningful football. If you don't know what's going on in the NFL, you got the NFC North with the Detroit Lions leading their division by a game over the Minnesota Vikings, who are 6-2. The Lions are 7-1, and the Packers are 6-3. So that's the competitive NFC North. And in NFC West, you got the Arizona Cardinals with a 5-4 record. You got the 49ers at 4-4. You got the Rams. I think they're 4-5, and the Seahawks are 4-5. And everybody's pretty much a game out or a game and a half out. So all of those, when they start playing each other, those games are going to be meaningful. But the games are meaningful regardless if they play each other or not, because they're all fighting for a playoff position by winning their division. They get to host a home playoff game if you win the division. But like I just said, as all of the teams that I just named off, the Packers, the Vikings, the Eagles are in there too. The Eagles are 6-2. So those are the three playoff teams because they're not leading their divisions. So it's going to be an interesting race coming up to week 17, and it's just time for them to play. But y'all let me know when y'all ready to start the picks. But in the meantime, back on the entertainment side, I know some of y'all watched that SmackDown tonight, and I'll leave the bloodline situation on the side. But so tonight, the WWE on SmackDown introduced the U.S. Women's Championship. So I'm going to presume that they're going to start a tournament with that. I don't think Jade Cargill and Bianca's going to be fighting in that tournament because they're the tag champs. I think they'll be excluded, but I think everybody else will be fighting for it. I can't see if I don't know who's gonna win, but it's gonna be an interesting. It's gonna be a very interesting scenario for the ladies. I see that they're trying to big the women's division up by adding this belt. So so it's gonna be interesting. But I think I don't even know if they're gonna have the combination of Raw and SmackDown different women coming to fight for that belt. Yeah, Willis, they announced it tonight on SmackDown. Right after right after Randy Orton he got dropped on his head by Kevin Owens. He got dropped on his head by Kevin Owens. Shout out to Randy Orton because he played that role well. If you watch it, you're gonna see why I said that. But going back to the women, like you can see, they trying to push the women even more. You might get somebody like Bailey in there. Maybe I think Bailey's gonna win, but I don't know who else is gonna have that. You know what I mean? I could see they have Charlotte come back and fight that fight. See what I mean? So that's gonna be an interesting draw. That might they maybe I don't remember if he said when they're gonna start it, but it'll be a dope situation if they put that in War Games and put that title up in a Royal Rumble. See, I mean a Battle Royal. So that's gonna be an interesting scenario for the women. I truly do think that'll draw up a little more interest. But also tonight, the tag belts was on the line as Jade and Bianca fought Nia and Tiffany Stratton. Maybe so. I saw that pile driver by Kevin and yeah, that's all. Yeah. So it was so much like after that. That's when they announced the belt. Uh, you know, for the U.S. Women's title, and Jade and Bianca won the match. They won it because I forgot the little girl name. Not Tiffany, whoever came out. I forgot what's the girl name word that came out there tonight. She was fighting with Nia a couple, like I think it was 2 weeks ago. But she came out there and helped them a little bit. They had Bianca knocked out for a while. Tiffany was too busy arguing with the girl that helped them. That they gave Jade some time to get up and punish everybody outside. They gave Bianca enough energy to put in the KOD to Tiffany, and that's how they retained the title. So what it's looking like, not Naomi, not Naomi, the other one, the girl from NXT. She was fighting with Nia. She was on Nia's team, and they won that match when she fought with Nia. Yeah. So after Naomi, after Bianca gave her the KOD, they was beefing about it. So what it's going to look like is the girl that I'm talking about, I can't remember her name, and Tiffany gonna be beefing. They trying to make Jade now. They're trying to make Jade and Nia thing. So I can expect them girls to lose. Yeah, yeah. I forgot her name. But they're gonna have a powerhouse match between Jade and Nia pretty soon, I think. And then I don't know, Bianca might win the belt and go at it with. She might go out with the Lash Legend girl. I think. I don't know. They fight for Nia Love. Bad. So, that match went on. If I don't see another Austin, what's the boy name? The eight town down guy. He's annoying. That team is so goofy. I don't even know how to do it. Okay, Detroit, y'all won again. Detroit Pistons won again. Okay, y'all beating people down. That's what's up. Shout out to the Pistons. But they came out and then they ain't do nothing. They got punished by Motor City Tag Team Champions. I forgot their name. I always forget their name. The Motor City Machine Guns or whatever their name is, right? And then then their match next week is going to be against. I almost said Prime Time. That ain't their name. Street Profit. I said Prime Time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Real like he just there to just like he like a C card dude. Like nobody want to see his little goofy self. Cause it do. BDB, what up, nah? No type of interest in them dudes, right? So, how you feeling? How you living? Shout out to BDB. Yeah. So anyway, they lost their tag team match for the belt, and now Street Profits is gonna fight them. I don't even remember, was there any other matches behind that? Nah, it wasn't really about the matches, right? So now you get to the bloodline, right? So you get to the bloodline. We spoke about all the matches pretty much. So we now understand that it's going to be on 5-on-5 match at War Games, right? So what happened was Solo told Roman, "You need 4 other guys to fight." And he's like, "What are you talking about? 4 other guys?" So Solo's like, "It's gonna be me, Jacob, Tongaloa, Tama Tonga, and Sami Zayn." So he calls Sami Zayn out. Sami Zayn walks out there, like he'll come down and do something. They jump Roman, Jay and Jimmy come in the ring, and they go at it. So they got Roman in the ring by himself. He calls Sammy in the ring, and then Sammy's like, Solo's like, "Yo, kick him in the face. You remember what he did to you?" So Sammy goes and winds up and do the Halua kick, but he aimed it for Solo. So Roman looks at him. They start throwing up the ones. So now we got. Well, they can't be the original bloodline, but right now they're the original bloodline because those 4 are part of the original bloodline. Now, the only way they can be the original bloodline again is if Jacob kicks Solo out and Solo goes back over to that group, which is going to be very interesting because I don't see how that would work. But we definitely know there's going to be 2 new players in the game because right now it's 4-on-4, but the War Games is 5-on-5. So it's going to be interesting to see who's going to come out. And we know they got some people in the minor leagues, NXT, and the other independent wrestling federations or alliances or whatever you want to call them. So we're going to find out what the next, because War Games is on the 30th. So we're going to find out in the next 2 weeks before War Games come about. So that was the wrap up for SmackDown tonight. And, like I said, we're going to see. Right now, we know, we got Sammy joining the original bloodline against those 4 that I just named. Solo and Jacob and Tongaloa and Tama Tonga. So those are those few. So excuse me, we got that going on, and now college football's tomorrow. Some couple big games in there. Alabama LSU is the biggest one. It's supposed to be the biggest rivalry game besides Auburn and Alabama. The battle of Alabama in total. But we got that, and then we got Sunday games. And now it's up to, like I said, it's up to you guys. If you guys are ready to pick, let me know. So I can give y'all your options to pick the games or who's going to win the games for the week. That's up to you guys. my team is already picked. So, and shout out, like I said, shout out to Lady Shay. She picked her teams already as well. And I ain't gonna lie, I can see why she picked the teams that she picked, but I'm different, right? So that's what we do. But if you ain't ready to pick, as always, I tell the people, just make sure you put it on the community wall, put it on Mrs. Three's community wall, so that way you can have your picks recorded on the paper, or well, the computer paper, and it will be posted. And like I said, may the best team win. Now, on a on a humble note, Mr. 33 won last week. Mr. Word's been winning the past couple of weeks, including a no loss, a perfect week. He didn't have a loss in 14 games, 15 games. He didn't have a loss a couple of weeks ago. So he act like he know what he's doing, but and now it's time to get in the crunch time. What up, though?
I knew you was gonna talk crap before you brought me up.
Say that again.
I said I knew you was
Oh
gonna
yeah.
you let me up.
Yeah, you love that. Listen, you picked that perfect game. You picked that perfect week, so you know how that go though. But yeah, I didn't catch that fight though. Let me start right there because I did not catch that fight. When was that fight? I didn't see the live
So
fight.
no, it was tonight. It was Keyshawn Davis. He had his homecoming. So him, his two brothers boxed. And they call themselves BB3, bro. That jump was dope. Abdul, that card was fire, bro. Abdullah Mason, he a young prospect. Bro, he got dropped twice
Right,
and then dropped the other guy twice. But the difference was Abdullah got up. The other guy didn't.
right.
And then
He didn't get up after the second
Keyshawn,
one.
bro, my bad. Let in the garage. I got my space heater in, bro. It
Mhm.
be cold. I'm out here doing that. Anyway, so yeah, but it was dope though, because it was like a homecoming for him. He had his sisters. It was like a whole family event. His mom walked him out. He had his sisters sing the national anthem. His brothers was fighting on the undercard, and he knocked the dude out. The dude, it was supposed to be about at 135. The dude weighed in at 141 at the weigh-in, right? And then the night of the fight, he weighed in at 155. So he was fighting a bigger guy. Man, it took him 2 rounds. Had
Wow.
him on stanky legs,
Right.
bro. He put that dude. The first one at first I thought it was a flash knockout, but I'm like, nah, he hurt. Like he hurt. I thought it was just like a flash knockout. I thought because he was swinging, missed, and then Keyshawn caught him. So I'm like, okay, but no, he was hurt. The second knockdown, he got up and went straight back. He was like staggering back, fell against the ropes, then got up, and then they let him fight again, and then he finished him. He knocked him down. The third time the ref called it. The ref was trying to save him, bro. He caught him with a nasty uppercut, and the ref was trying
Mm.
to like stop him from hitting him, but he hit him with that uppercut. The man and the ref went down. That's,
That
he said,
he
"I'm
even
gonna
does.
put on a."
He made a
He
nice
said, "I'm."
connection.
He said, "I'm gonna put on a movie," and he did just that, bro. He did just that. Shout out to Keyshawn, man. He put his whole family on. I love to see that. He put his whole family on the back of his back, and they all showed up and showed out for him. That's what we supposed to be doing. That's the type of shit
Right.
I like to see.
Yeah, the fact that you trying to bring your peoples in and add them to the show. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? That's always a beautiful gesture. Speaking of which, let me just say this real quick for those of y'all that are here, right? So shout out to BDB, shout out to Tay Eves, right? They have been nominated on the Media Need Network. They're doing an award show, and they have been nominated. BDB has been nominated for several categories. Tay Eats has been nominated for Best Mukbang. So we are asking that you come on out and support these people, and show love, show them that they're doing some good things. They're doing some things to you know bring some people together. So you know we can give them their flowers by just nominating them or choosing them in our votes. And then, me personally, let me let me tell y'all what I did. So at the end of the award, the nomination check-in, they tell you to write in the person. So y'all know me. I don't be caring. So they said write in the person. I said, yeah, I'm gonna write in the person. The word number 9. My God, I'm gonna nominate him. I'm gonna write him in.
Yeet.
So I
Yeet.
shouted him out. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we do. We're gonna show this best support that we can. Was one thing to talk about showing support. Uh, the link to cast those votes is on BDB's community wall. Please check his community wall, check him out, and go ahead and vote. Shout out to somebody else I voted for. Oh my God,
The Griffins, keeping up with the Griffins.
the
Shout out to the Griffins.
Griffins. Yeah,
And
shout out to the Griffins. Was it
I
was it
voted.
Brooks?
I think was the Rooks in there. I think the Rooks was in there for
I
tribal. I
think Brooks
voted
is
for
in
the
there as
Rooks.
well. Yeah. Shout
It's
out to the
another.
Rooks.
It's some other people who rock out too. I voted for them too. When I looked at yours, I was like, yeah, we basically had the same thing. I feel bad for not writing your name in. I was just being a smart ass. I was like, at least I'm gonna
nah,
have 2 votes
nah,
now.
nah,
Yeah.
yeah. But you guys, you know what I mean? I love to show the support. You know what I mean? Of people. I'm ready to go back in there and vote. I know somebody else. I'm gonna put their name in there, but I ain't gonna tell them until I do it. I'm a clip it. I'm gonna take a picture of it and just show it. But there's some people that definitely need to be nominated. You know what I'm saying? Like they may not believe they need to be nominated, but it's the fact that people are showing people's work is being appreciated, and that's what this is really all about going in. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna acknowledge people as Busted Down did on his channel. He was acknowledging people all throughout his life. He
I
shouted
wanna.
out realist, he shouted out the word. Go ahead.
I wanna. I wanna. I wanted to do that next year too. I think that's dope. We should do the 9 awards and nominate. And do some awards. I think that's dope. But we can, talk about that so we can start it at the
Yeah,
beginning of the year. So at the end,
absolutely. We started
I think
up
that's dope.
because we know that the following is going to build up, the participation is going to build up, and we're going to give everybody their flowers. What we do in January, somebody may come and top that in June. Some newcomer may come and show up and show out and do some big things while we. So yeah, we can do that. That's what I was just talking about before you popped in. About doing fantasy uh, fantasy drafts and things like that for the channel, so people could be more into it and more participation coming. But right now we just doing the picks so people can have a little feel of what we're talking about as far as the participation thing. So we're doing the things that we need to do. We understand that this channel is just starting up, but we know that this channel is going to be a big channel. So whether one person is here, whether there's 100 people here, we're gonna do this thing like everybody's still here, regardless. So you know what I mean. So we're gonna continue to do what we need to do. I'm gonna continue to do the updates and the score reports and things like that, so that way people understand that this is a real sports channel. We're not just gonna just talk about it. We're gonna give you the reviews. We're gonna show stats. We're gonna do things. It's gonna get bigger and better. We may sooner or later, when I get my editing thing on, we're gonna show some clips from time to time. I'm not gonna be like that real channel over there that do. But we ain't gonna be like them. But we gonna do it our way. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
bear with us while we continue to build this thing. But shout out to all the nominees and the write-in. And y'all, like I said, y'all go ahead and go hit BDB's wall and vote for the people that you know that you rock with, and their content is what it is. You know what I mean? You might run into some people that you really actually watch.
Right.
Cooking with Ned is in there. Matter of fact, uh, I just thought about who she was. I'm like, yeah, Cooking with Ned. So people like that, y'all go ahead and vote and show love. Because it's gotta be a thing when there's hundreds of people that they can nominate, but you see your name there. Shout out to BDB because BDB was nominated 3 times. Yeah, I
Yeet.
think she was nominated 3 times. You was nominated with the writing. Shout out to you too. And vote for Tay,
Yeet.
y'all. Yeet.
Yeet.
Yeah, shout out to Tay as she was nominated for the mukbang. So Y'all show love, man. Show love to the group, the 9%, because they do it together. They work together, and they showing you how on an individual level they do it the way they do it, but they all come together. So shout them out. Shout out to them, and go ahead and vote for these people, man. They're well deserving of it. All of the nominees are deserving, but we're gonna rock with who we rock with. We watch them on a daily basis, or when when they come on, especially BDB. BDB doing the music thing. Luckily, he just started the Life is Art, because I wrote him in for Life of Art too. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? But shout out to the
Mm.
9%.
And,
And going forward, we expecting big things from each and every one of them and the group as a whole in totality. Y'all know what it is though. But yeah.
and, and
But
real
I'm so
quick
mad I
too,
didn't catch that right back.
and shout out to Meta, because that ain't easy. That's a lot of work they doing. So make sure we get over there and support them, and make sure they know they appreciate it for what they doing for the community. Because them doing the awards is actually highlighting channels. Because there's some channels I didn't even know. So
Right.
I'm exposed to more channels. So what they're doing out the kindness of their heart, man, actually, putting all that together. Make sure we get over there and show them some love. It don't cost nothing to support people, man. On here, it really don't.
Yeah, no,
Just a like and a subscribe.
absolutely. Absolutely. And who knows? They may give you an idea, right? They may spark an interest in you to do something to where you get encouraged to step out on your next adventure, your next journey of making a channel or something like that. You know what I mean? So shout out to Medi and them, and go check them out, like Word said. And like I said, y'all go ahead and vote for your people. I voted for mine, and I ain't got no. This ain't the election that everybody worried about. I worry about this election more than the real one. I need my people to win. I want them to win because they deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, my vote counts here like it's supposed to in the real world. That's another story for another day. But shout out
No
to them
ye,
though.
no ye,
No yeet,
no
no yeet,
ye.
yeah, no yeet. Right, beat.
Oh man.
That's a beat. Bad beat. Beat.
Hey
Yeah,
man,
it's
shout out.
basically their version of the Grammys. Yes, right. BDB.
And
Yeah,
shout
word
out
shout
to
out.
yeah, shout out to the 15 people who watched that clip I made earlier. I worked up all night for that. I know it ain't shit, but hey, I tried. But appreciate y'all. It's going
Yeah,
crazy on
and
TikTok though. They like it over there.
that's what's up. Now we touching on that tonight?
Yeah, that's what the conversation is about tonight. You know,
Absolutely. Y'all go
that's the
like in a few
conversation.
minutes. Y'all go over there around next 20 minutes. He gonna prepare himself to be ready to have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're talking about. We can have fun and talk about sports, wrestling, boxing, football, whatever. We can talk about that here. But we can go on over there and learn some things about, real life situations, real life attributes. That's what he's here for. Shout out to the word. You understand? So y'all go ahead and check
Yeet,
him out. This is playtime. Yee. This is playtime. You
yeet.
know what I mean? Everybody get together, have a conversation or two. Yeah, praying couple is there too, Commander. You right, and
Yeah,
that's what
prayer.
I'm
I
saying.
gotta check them out.
They got a lot of good nominees. That's why when Word said shout out to them, that means they are taking the time to really
Yeah,
observe the people that they feel is worthy of these nominations. You think having a live is difficult? Just imagine nominating these people. You know how many people they got to pick, and just to break it down to 4 or 5 people. Man, look, shout out to them. But it just goes to show you, when you put the time and effort into things, you can actually make some people become a difference. You see what I'm saying? It's possible. It may seem improbable to a bunch of people, but it's possible. We can do it. They're showing us that it can be done. And that's what we need to do going forward. You know what I mean? You don't need a lot. You need enough. You see what I'm saying? And enough could be a game changer for everybody here. Yeet. BDB Yeet.
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 Yeet. Yeet.
Shout out to Jey Uso, WWE
Uso!
extraordinaire. He said it's just me, Oos. You know what I'm saying?
Day one,
But
it's just me, Oos. Day one, it's just me, Oos.
yeah, but that's what we do here. We
Day
talk
one,
about it all.
Superman.
Yeah, we talk about it all here on Sports Chat. No matter what time it is, we're gonna give you all the info about whatever's going on, the topic of the day. Like I said, last night though, woo, that man caught the ball. That man had 264 passing receiving yards last night. I was so amazed I had to watch it again before I even do it live. That was crazy. That was
Man,
unbelievable. Shout out to Jamar Chase.
then Jamar Chase went nuts. He was like, "Oh yeah, you want to score? Check this out. I just need 15
Yeah,
seconds, and I really only need 10 because I done walked down the damn end zone line for 5 seconds, and then just stuck the
right.
ball over there. Imagine if he can throw
That was
himself the damn ball. I mean, that'd be awesome."
somebody just got tipped. Somebody got tipped so
Mm,
he could catch it and he run down the field with it. But he was 1 yard away from tying the all-time record. 265 is the all-time record. And that's by Amari Cooper when he was in Cleveland a few years ago, before he went to Dallas. So it's crazy how close he was. But that's why I'm saying when you got games coming down to the wire like that, that's what makes sports the one of the most exciting things in the world. You know what I mean? Like we sitting there the last few seconds, they're going for two. Okay, they're gonna score, or they ain't gonna score. The defense stepped up, they stopped them, and now Baltimore got a 7-3 record. And then next week, like I just told everybody, they're gonna play Pittsburgh next week. That's gonna be for first place. So
yeah,
everything is coming down to the wire in the second half.
my dad excited about that,
But
and
Baltimore, Pittsburgh,
yeah, because Pittsburgh, I mean, they built to take on Lamar. They built for that.
and,
That's how they built their
and
team. And I
yeah.
was telling,
But the funny,
I was like, in the Super Bowl, I would like to see the Lions versus Pittsburgh. I think that's an easy win. But Lions versus Baltimore, I don't know if the Lions can beat Baltimore. They ain't built like that, bro. Baltimore dangerous. I
yeah,
mean, it's about matchups, man, and just the way Baltimore built.
absolutely,
But their
yeah,
defense
you grind,
is suspect though. That's the only thing. I think
absolutely,
they
and that, and go ahead.
what are they? They the last ranked passing defense, ain't they? Or
29th or
31st?
30th, 31st,
Yeah,
something like that. 30th,
yeah.
31st, something like that.
But their offense,
And because,
bro. I mean,
yeah,
that's
listen,
nasty, bro.
right. Like I was saying, Joe Burrow had about 400 and what he had 490 yards, 400 and something yards. What was it, 428? Something crazy like that. I was like, damn, he had all them yards. No interceptions in the game last night, not near one. Not a near interception last night. Joe Burrow had 4 touchdowns. And I'm like, that is unbelievable. You can't ask for a better script than that. I'm like,
He
God, Lee, it's just sad that they lost.
you know what he remind me of? He remind me of Stafford because the way he stand in the pocket and deliver the ball, knowing the hit coming. That was Stafford. You know,
Yeah, he was definitely under
that's what
pressure
made
last night.
Stafford so good. I mean, Joe Cool, that boy ice cold. Like I'm about to get hit, but you about to eat this touchdown.
428 yards last night, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. You know what I mean? Ravens are a problem. They just got to figure. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Now look at Pittsburgh right now. Pittsburgh coming up Sunday, they play the Commanders, so they're gonna get a little feel of a mobile quarterback, right? Because Jaden Daniel, he does the same thing. Well, he's not as fluent as Lamar Jackson, but it's a little recipe preview for Lamar, right? But they got to worry about that big number 22 guy. I mean, good Lord. That read option between
Yeah,
them two is serious. That's why it's a tough sell for whoever coming out that NFC North, whether it's them or Pittsburgh. They gonna have their hands full, right? It's like you
but
guys, you guys got
Pittsburgh
your hands full.
Pittsburgh built for that though. Like even Derrick Henry, they got them downhill thumpers, bro. Pittsburgh got some thumpers on there, bro. They got
Right.
so they that's what I'm saying. They built to take on the Ravens, but they built slow. You know what I'm saying? They too Detroit too fast for them. Detroit is too fast
Absolutely.
for
And that's going to be their downfall. And as we talking about, a possible Super Bowl a matchup between Detroit and Baltimore. That's what I'm saying. When you got a guy that's not turning that ball over as Jared Goff has been doing lately, it's like, wait a minute now, how are we doing
them. Bro,
this? You know what I mean?
bro, I'm about to kick my dad out of Detroit because he just hate. He be like, oh yeah, Jared Goff. Yeah, I don't think he should even be in the MVP race because, like, man, check this out. This man got more touchdown passes than he got. I mean, he got more completion than he got incompletion. I don't want to hear it. He ain't
Right.
missed Amon Ross St. Brown for 3 months straight. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like, bro, like he's effective and efficient. Like he can win a game by 40 and not throw 100 yards. Like that's
Right.
the commander in chief of the team, bro. Like they rolling the
Yeah.
way he is because he at the helm. Like he making decisions, bro. He calling. I mean, Jared Goff is one. He called plays at the line too. He called. I mean, Jared
Mm-hmm.
Goff is that guy, bro. I mean, I ain't like him. I ain't gonna lie. I wanted somebody else 2 years ago, but I grown to love him. You know, I'd be
You
like,
didn't
go,
even like him a
go,
couple of weeks ago.
go, go, go,
He
go.
like, nah,
Who we
man, it
want?
ain't him.
Go, go, go. Now who we
But
want?
but see,
Go, go.
even on the
You know what I
MVP
mean?
race, right? Like I was just looking at Lamar Jackson's stats. Lamar
Yeah,
Jackson got 24 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Do you know how crazy that is? That means
bro,
every 12 touchdowns he throw, he got 1 interception. That's absurd.
bro. He won
And he got
MVP last year.
540 yards.
He won
And he's looking
MVP
better to
last
do this
year
year.
with 24 touchdown passes, and I forget how many interceptions he had. But he go eclipse
Five.
his stats. He go eclipse
Mhm.
his MVP stats. He already made
Right.
it. I think I forgot how many yards he off by, but he already there. I mean, so it's just about his team winning now. You know,
It's about
Lamar.
him
I
being
mean,
consistent.
that's
Absolutely.
what he is. Lamar Jackson is what everyone wanted Michael Vick to be. They thought that boy couldn't throw the ball.
But they can't think that no more. The 24-2. I don't know what y'all. It ain't like it's just 2 yard touchdown passes all day. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that. So let's get off of that, right? And like I said, he's still running the ball. He got 500. He got five. Look, he got 540 yards. Derrick Henry got over 1,000 yards. So it ain't just them running the ball. Let's just be realistic, right? They're doing what they need to do. That offense, like if y'all didn't watch that game last night, every time they touched the ball in the fourth quarter, they scored a touchdown. I don't think nobody punted in the fourth quarter. That's how they scored. They scored. Look, the Bengals scored 2 touchdowns and the Ravens scored 3. Every time they touched the ball, it was a touchdown, 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 except for the end of the game when they had to kneel down on the onside kick. That's the only time they didn't score. That is whether you want to say it was Cincinnati lack of defense or you want. I'm gonna give it to the Ravens offense because, like I said, the man got 24 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He got 540 yards rushing. Derrick Henry is over 1,000 yards rushing. That's 1,500 yards. I forget what his passing numbers are. That's crazy. They're not the greatest show on turf, but their offense is well enough to get them to where they need to be. If the defense can give them a little bit of relief, taking the ball away, giving them short field, they're going to be a dangerous opponent for whoever. And that team that's 8-0 over there, they know what it is. They barely beat them week 1, and this before Derrick Henry was even on a roll. So, it's great to see football like this. It's great to see games like that, right? Even like Cincinnati, they 4-6, but them numbers make them look like they ain't 4-6. They just don't have the defense to keep up with that offense. That's why they look like they struggling. That last night was not Joe Burrow's fault. Last night was just straight no defense by that team. If you could throw for 428 yards and one of the best receivers can catch for 264 yards, you're supposed to win that game easily. But they did that just to keep up. So, like I said, shout out to Joe Burrow, shout out to Jamar Chase. They need some help. And what's his name? Hendrickson?
Yeah.
That's his name?
Yeah,
He couldn't do nothing because that's Lamar Jackson back there. You know what I'm saying? Like you forgot he was playing. So now what you think? That's what I'm saying. The divisions, they playing some good football over there in that division. Well, except for Cleveland. We ain't talking about Cleveland. But everybody else is playing good football.
The city where we come from, so rain. Oh, my
And
bad.
that's what I was trying to tell everybody. Yeah, I ain't messing with you. That's what I was saying about these divisional races now, right? Like you look at the NFC North, you got your Lions, right? Then you got the Vikings and the Packers behind you. Then if you look at the NFC West, you got the Cardinals with a 5-4 record, and the 49ers are behind them, and the Seahawks and the Rams are right behind the 49ers. So they're like a half a game and a game and a half away from first place. So all of these games is going like from week 10 on it's gonna be pivotal. You can't afford to lose. Those games that you should win, you playing them the teams like the Giants. Well, those two are playing each other. But you get those low level teams, you gotta beat them. You have to. And like I said, with Pittsburgh, they didn't even start. They played like one divisional game. So they about to play each other, right? Just like how the Lions had to play. They took care of business as far as the Packers and the Vikings. They won their first game. They ain't played the Bears yet, but they got 4 more games left in the division. And the Bears is 4-4. So they're not even that far away from nothing. It's some good football in that NFC North. So, they gotta stay focused, they gotta pay attention because somebody ready to try to take them down anyway. Especially the way they've been playing. They look like the most dominant team in football, let alone the NFC. So they got to stay on their P's and Q's. Somebody's waiting for them. So shout out, I'm excited for the rest of the season. But, for those, like I said, for those of you that want to pick the games next week or this week, well, we're about to get up out of here because my guy about to start his live. And we're going to go ahead and learn about some things over there. But y'all go on over there. Before y'all go on over there, just if you decide y'all want to pick games for the week, put it on Mr. 33's community wall. So that way he can put you on, he can put you down. And like I said, before 1 o'clock Sunday, that's your time limit. You got all the way up to Sunday or 12:59. Don't come in here. I want to pick it. Oh well, no, I'm lying. 9:30, because the first game is at 9:30. I forgot the Giants and Panthers are in Germany. They play at 9:30 in the morning. So,
bro,
that's
you about to
the
make us pick
time.
between Lions and Panthers. We actually got to make a pick between Lions. I mean,
What
the
you
Giants
mean?
and Panthers.
They listen. Shout out to Lady Shay. Lady Shay got her list in already. So she did what she needed to do, right? But I'm saying that's the first game. Who you gonna do? You want all right? You already know. You skip a game, that be the game you lose that one game you lost by one
Man,
pick because you didn't pick that game.
I'm gonna do something that ain't nobody do all season yet. What we in week 10? It's gonna be a
Mm-hmm.
draw, 0-0.
I actually had somebody. I have a tie. If you go on my community wall, I think I had the Steelers, and I think it was the Steelers and the Browns going in a tie. I swear, I think I made them like 8-1. Some crazy thing like that. I think I did take that. I'm waiting for them to play so I can pick them like draw. Like nobody win, tie.
Right.
And I'm gonna win out that way. But Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting week. Like I said, your dad is gonna be excited because them Steelers and Commanders get ready to play. I think they play at 1 o'clock Sunday, 1 o'clock game. I don't know if you got if you got. I think NFL Red Zone is free this weekend, this Sunday. Y'all check that out. That's when they give you like everybody that's getting ready to score. They give you like 8 different or 4 different scoring chances. Like if they in the red zone, they're gonna pull it up and let you watch what they do in that red zone. That's NFL Red Zone, y'all. Y'all check y'all local stations to see if it's free for y'all. I seen it was free for me. I saw that on the NFL Network. I'm like, okay, I will be right there. I ain't even gonna play with them.
You just gave them some free promotion, bro.
Okay, whatever. They
They
need to
better
pay me then.
sponsor you. Right.
Right.
Get them.
They better pay me. I was doing that for y'all to watch it, but okay, whatever. So y'all go ahead, whatever. Y'all just heard what I said. I ain't gonna do it again. He just caught what I did. I ain't even realize it. I was just trying to be nice to my chat. I wasn't even thinking about promoting them. I was being nice to the chat and whoever hears the replay. They gonna show y'all something. But yeah, I'm over here right now while we talking. I'm over here looking at the Detroit Pistons winning again. They beat the Hawks. They just beat the Knicks the other night, so they ain't doing bad right now. Shout out to Pistons. Detroit is on a roll. The Tigers made
Detroit
the playoff.
basketball.
Detroit playing good basketball, and the Lions are the Lions. Oh wait, the Red. What are the Red Wings doing? I ain't watched a game of hockey yet. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Man, I ain't watched
I ain't,
hockey
I
in
ain't gonna
probably
lie.
about 10 years.
I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but that's what I'm saying. But hockey is always exciting with the playoffs, so I'll be waiting for that to come.
That'd
I
be
watch a little
exciting
bit
when
of it.
scrapping.
Yeah, but they scrap all the time. That's what he does
That's gonna
do.
be exciting.
You know what
Other than
I'm
that, I'm straight. I gotta be at the game to watch. I can't watch hockey on TV no more.
saying?
I gotta be
Wow,
at
you
the
hear that
game.
whistle and you hear them thumping, they throwing out. You know, you guys do y'all still throw the squid out there, the octopus, whatever it is?
I don't know, bro, but that's just weird, man.
They
I
that
went to a
I know they
couple
do that
hockey
in
games,
Detroit. I know they
and
do
I'm looking
that.
like, bro, y'all smuggling squids in the building? Like, yo, why? Like, boy, them people be weird, bro. These suburban Detroit, they do some weird stuff. I'm like, you walking around with a squid just to throw it on the ice. You weird. You grown too.
Yo, chat, don't mind us, chat. It just shows you how passionate we are about sport. So I'll speak for
Bro,
me, how passionate I am about sports, right? We see them talk about hockey, they throw us.
bro, I was sitting next to a guy. He reached down and I'm like, what is he doing? I imagine you sitting next to somebody, some big white dude, and he just leaned back and put his hand in his pants to pull out a bag with a squid in it. Like, what the hell going on? Like, nah, man, this weird, bro.
Yeah, but that's what they do. They look, and when they somebody gets 3 goals, they throw hats on the ice too. That's called a hat trick, y'all. I'm just trying to tell y'all some things. I'm
Man,
trying to show y'all how sports
that's how,
I'm into this stuff.
bro. That's how you know the people at the game get money because they just throwing hats away, bro. I ain't throwing my hat. I'm straight.
You pay
I take
$35, $40 for the hat.
right. But what you
Yeah.
buy from the stadium? You buy it from the stadium, that mother
That
be
shit
like
$65,
60, 70,
69,
yeah,
70.
60, $70, man. You buy a hat from the stadium and throw it on the ice. Like, where y'all work at? Shit.
Listen, y'all must got $62 an hour. Y'all got it like that. God, put me on.
Right.
Put
I'm
me
like,
on.
oh, wow, bro. Them suburbians, bro. Detroit, I mean, Michigan houses the most millionaires in the United States, though. So there's a lot of people with
Really?
money here. Yeah. That tripped me out when I learned that. I learned that in real estate school. I don't, that was back in 2016. I don't know now.
But,
But yeah, that
but
shocked
you
me.
see how crazy that is?
Yeah.
People think that the most people is, Arizona, Texas, California.
California,
You know what I
or
mean?
even like
Yeah, they
upstate
think
New York or Vermont. People think a lot of millionaires.
right,
It is a lot of millionaires there, but there's
but
more
not like that.
millionaires in Michigan. That's from the census record. So, but let me get down, bro. I appreciate you letting
Yeah,
me
all
up.
right, yo. I appreciate you popping up. Y'all go on ahead. You about to start his show for those that's here. As we wrap this up tonight, y'all. Shout out to the Word for stopping by. Uh, shout out to BDB. Like I said, if y'all still here, y'all hit this community wall. Y'all do the voting. Go to Medi and I and support the people, man. They work hard. You know, we all work hard, but to get a nomination, that means somebody's recognizing them, right? We ain't gonna hate that we ain't get recognized. We gonna show love that there's somebody seeing them, somebody we rocking with, somebody we know that do some work. You know, it takes a lot of work to do different content, whether it's Battle or the Beast, his new one, Life is Art, or his regular gaming situation. Y'all go ahead and show him love. He's working MVP type situation. So show love to my guy BDB. Show love to my girl Tay East. She works hard making those mukbangs. She give you good conversation. She show you how to do it, you know, vegan style, y'all. It ain't right, It ain't what we do. It's the way she make that vegan look like it's really real. You know what I mean? So y'all go ahead and show love to Tay East as well. Uh 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 Y'all check out those nominees, Cooking with the Griffins. Cooking with Net, Praying Time. Y'all go ahead and show love. Go check those people out. Look at those nominees, right? Look at the nominees, but check out the nominees that I'm talking about too. Don't overlook them. Show them love. Show y'all go to their channels and see how much work they putting in there and see they're worthy of that nomination that they just received. Shout out to my 9 people, BDB. Shout out to Tay. Like I said, shout out to the Word. Like I said, I put him down there because he do a lot. He about to show y'all what he do in a few minutes. So go on over there and check him out. I will be back Sunday night and Monday night. Monday night is the Rams and the Dolphins, but it's also Monday Night Raw. So we're gonna have something to talk about over the weekend. In the meantime, in between time, it's Mr. 33. He's signing out. Appreciate y'all for stopping by, and I'm out.